Warm welcome to Paramveer Cricket Complex here in Rydal, Georgia. It's a gorgeous afternoon here, and on Thursday afternoon we are all set for the afternoon games across 4 fields. This one is coming to you between Atlanta Fire and Samp Army. Atlanta Fire has won the toss and they have decided to bowl first. Star-studded lineups on show here. Andres Gose, Obaspinar, Dane Pete, they're all household names. Jonathan Fu, Manoj Acharya, Monak Patel, all will be in action. Salman Irshad, the fast bowler. And on Atlanta Fire's lineup, this is Samp Army. Like I said, Andres Gose, Nasir, Sanam Patel, Monak Patel. Jonathan Fu is a dynamic cricketer. Manoj Acharya, Shadley went short quick. So, pretty strong and formidable lineup. Atlanta Fire, Keenar Lewis, the big hitting Keenar Lewis, Conrad Dry, the fast bowler, Aaron Jones, USA national skipper, Landell Simmons, formidable West Indian cricketer, and Ricardo Powell as well, Justin Dill. Look at those names, they're coming thick and fast. Zia Shahzad, a talented all-rounder. Farhad Reza from Bangladesh. So is Elias Sani, right Emirate, and Amila Aponso. That is the lineup that Atlanta Fire has fielded. A crucial game here. The last one of the group stages is about to commence. And taking the hot seat in the combox alongside me is my good old friend Lenny Archibar. Good afternoon, Lenny.
Thank you, Shaw Faisal. It doesn't get bigger than this. We're done for an exciting contest, and it's not even the quarterfinal yet. It's not even the semi, and it's not the championship game. It's Samp Army takes on Atlanta Fire, with the news Atlanta Fire led by Jones, winning the toss, electing that they'll bowl first. And the man to bowl first is Justin Dill.
So good bounce on this pitch in the previous game as well. Starts off with a back of a length delivery. Justin Dill, tall fast bowler. Surprised to see him bowl the first over and not Conrad Dry, because he likes to bowl, but not sure. Probably Conrad Dry has his choice of his favorite hand, being a servant of Atlanta Fire for quite some time now. Pretty defensive field. This outfield is very fast. And Lenny, looking forward to an exciting contest as we just see a very sloppy work there from Atlanta Fire. Concede a run, overthrow.
So things are on the way here. They're just going to make the point. They're bowling to Andres House, who's had tremendous season in the last couple of years with the minor league tournament, minor league championship. 600 runs in 2022, Shaw Faisal. Over 525 this year. And he's really been prolific no matter where he goes. Monang Patel, in fact, is that Nazir? Yeah, Nazir.
Number 27 on the shirt. Don't be confused with some of those numbers, as this one has been stopped really nicely in gully. Amila Aponso there. Atlanta Fire, what they bring to the table is a very good fielding side. They will give it their all. And they would need to be at their best, because this outfield is very quick. The pitch is quick. We expect a high scoring game here. One leg is up in the ring. Square leg is deep. Change of play, pace early doors. Justin Dill realizes the ball is coming on very nicely, so he'd have to pull up all his tricks in the power play.
Yeah, we've seen a very good over from Justin Dill so far, Shaw Faisal. He's bowling in the power plays. He's bowling to top players like Andres House and Nasir Ahmed. And so far he's kept them quiet. There's only a run on the board, so Samp Army was sent in by Aaron Jones and his men.
Good bounce once again. Too close to cut there for Nasir. But that carry was very, very good. And impressive. This has been a good start by Justin Dill.
Yeah, very good start, and more impressed with the way this track has played.
Okay.
This is the second game I'm seeing here, Shaw Faisal, and the pitch has really played with very good true bunks, good carry. And sometimes all you need in a cricket ground is a proper pitch that really gives bowlers and batsmen fair share to exhibit their skill.
Yeah, it does. As we watch some field change in the distance. Short third man is up in the ring, but that deep point fielder has been placed. Seeing that bounce, the angles have been corrected by the wicket keeper. Slow delivery, almost carrying to mid-on on the bounce. Justin Dill is mixing the pace in the first over, and that will tell you that he's really on the defensive already, and he wants that defensive bowling ploy to work because it's a high scoring ground like we said. First over done, 1 for none.
Very good. You lead and I'll come behind.
Yeah, for 5 overs I think, and then I'll go give Brian a break for 5 overs. Brian Walters. He's been doing non-stop. If he wants to come, I'll tell him to come here. If he wants to walk around. If he wants to come here, give it a change. They appreciate when 2 people are doing it. It's just time goes fast. And Amila Aponso, as we've seen him so often bowl with the new ball in the power play for Atlanta Fire. A consistent performer for Atlanta Fire at all levels, including the minor league. They narrowly missed out on the championship game, were eliminated in the semi-finals. This one is creamed away. Andres House, the kind of form that he's in, he's not going to spare those. It was throwdown from Amila Aponso, and Andres Ghost really jumped on it.
Yeah, first boundary of the game, and I'm not surprised. It comes off the bat, and in like fashion, a lovely drive through the offside. And on this ground, Shaw Faisal, very nice wicket, very fast outfield. Margin of error is going to be very, very slim here for any bowler.
Yeah, absolutely. And after that shot, that cover fielder, that mid-wicket fielder has been brought into short cover catching. And Amila Aponso immediately drops on to a length. Really likes to angle the ball into right-handers at pace.
Yeah, we have seen the form in which House has been in. He's such a prolific scorer.
Nicely into the stroke. Like I mentioned earlier, we're square on to this, and we can see the footwork really nicely, how he jumped out of his crease and got to the pitch of it. Beautiful stroke once again from House.
And Shaw Faisal, you will know, sometimes the success of teams sometimes are dependent on certain players. Cut away, that's a lovely shot from Nasser Ahmed, and look at that, fast outfield, that has gone away for 4.
Yeah, and Amila Aponso, one thing he does, he'll give you pace to work. And Nasir profiting from it, played it late. That meant that ball went in the gap. Corner drive was at point. But because he played it late, found that gap and raced away. This outfield is also very, very quick. Yeah, that's the better ploy. Keep the ball within the stumps, any sort of room, and the batters will jump all over it. Second over in progress. It's 10 for none. Up and over. The chase is on, but it went. Wasn't quite off the middle of the bat this time from Nasir, but still enough to get him another boundary. Second of the over.
Yeah, another good looking shot. Amila Aponso has gone for quite a few in this over, 13 to be exact. Look at that. Doesn't time it well, but good enough. Once it past the inner circle, it's always going to be a race. And so a couple of 4s in that over. 2 gone is 14 for no loss. So Justin,
discrepancy, sorry Lenny, on the digital scoring, but we'll catch up with that. Skills to defensive bowling here will be very important because it's been very fast scoring ground. Well, the skill of defensive bowling here would be really tested because it's a high scoring ground and the bowlers will have to be at their best. And also as a batting team, even if you concede 200, you think that you're still in the game. Justin Dill has bowled a good area so far in his 8 deliveries and he's kept the scoring down.
yes, Shah Faisal, he continues to bowl. We saw in the first over. The first over has gone only for 1. And this over has gone just for a couple of runs. He's really come on with a very good spell from the northern end of the ground. And he is contained to top quality player in-house and Nasser Ahmed.
Just interested to see his action as well, Justin Dill. Look at the wrist position when he delivers the ball. Don't really matter because it's in the arc and House has put him away over extra cover. A fabulous strike. It did really make a sweet sound of the bat and it carried all the way.
Yeah, that's a big strike again from Andres House. Full outside the off stump and good reach here for Andres House. Creamed it nicely over the extra cover area. And it went into those makeshift tents and that's gone away for 6.
That's the physio's tent down there where that ball went. This time coming inside and putting the full toss away. Freebie. And House won't miss out on those. He's really toying with the bowlers first. Moving away to create that room on the offside and this time moving right inside the line and accessing the onside.
Yeah, poor delivery here from Justin Dill. That's always going to be put away from any top quality player. And that has gone away for another boundary. We've seen 12 runs in this over so far. So this has been an expensive one here from the Atlanta Fire on the shoulder of Justin Dill.
And on the back of Amila Ponso's expensive over because Dill's first over was good. But Samp is really caught up with that run rate. And I think 200 will be a mere par here. So 10 and over.
Yeah, Shah Faisal, we saw 247 posted by the Masters not too long ago. So yeah, 2+ is quite a possibility on this ground.
Getting those angles right. Some of these boundaries are short. We discussed this in the first game as well. Mid wicket is on the fence, so is square leg. Big shout. Still going hard. Justin Dill. Umpire Brian just walks away. Be interesting to see what signal he makes. Nothing so far, so that must have come off the bat of Andres House.
Yeah, take a look at this. Might have been a little down leg side, but worth a shout. You never know. And in the end, we've seen a score that has gone quickly up to 28 for no loss in the 3rd over.
Instant shake of the head there from Brian as well.
Tell you what, Shah Faisal, when you play this game and there's an appeal to the umpires, once the umpire starts to move to go to the square area, know that you've got nothing on.
Another change of pace. This is a good finish to the over from Dill after going for 10 and 2 in the middle of the over. 13 of it already though. And 3 done, 28 for none.
So 3 overs gone. Samp Army having been sent in. They're batting at 28 for no loss. We've seen a couple of overs from Amila Aponso and Justin Dill, but an early bowling change. It looked like Riot Emirates has been given the ball. Shaw Faisal.
Yeah, he's another household name. Travels around the world to play these T20 tournaments now and T10 tournaments. A wealth of experience here, and he would need all of it on this good batting pitch and fast outfield. And Ghost being in supreme form. Nicely played. Those fielders in the 30-yard ring are already at the edge of it, so drop and run. Experienced Gauss rotates the strike.
Yeah, this is going to be a very crucial partnership here. They're off to a good start, going over 9 runs and over. So no problems there at all. We've seen the batters, both batters, playing with some form of ease. We haven't seen any risk, no drop catches. They haven't allowed the Atlanta Fire to come close to getting a wicket.
Short and wide, missed out here Nasir, I think. He must be disappointed with that. With the field up on the offside, it was runs for the taking.
So both teams have been threatening the Atlanta Open for years. Shaw Faisal, the Atlanta Fire has always been a competitive team, but nothing will please them more if they can put their hands on this championship hardware in 2023. They have gotten close before, and as in the case of Samp, they would have been in the final a couple of years ago.
Charges down the wicket. Nasir this time gets plenty of bat on it and a boundary, and the boundaries need to keep coming inside of that power play.
Yeah, good shot from Nasir Ahmed. Ball going down the wrong line here from Riot Emirates. And look at that, flicked into the onside. A lot of spaces because of the power play in progress. And he picks up another boundary there. Off to a really good start.
Once again, Nasir fails to make contact. They're off to a good start, Lenny, but we've seen what can happen on this pitch. I don't know, somehow I have a feeling that these dot balls in the power play may prove costly, as Gauss also realized that. That's why he just walked down the wicket and talked to Nasir.
Yeah, but as a power play batter, Shaw Faisal, you come out at the top of the order with just a couple of fielders outside of the 30-yard, and your job is to really exploit that.
And Nasir has not got it cleanly, and he'll pay the price, the ultimate price. Zia Shahzad, the fielder underneath it. He's an excellent fielder. And Riot Emirates, with all his experience, he really suffocated Nasir's innings. And despite that one boundary, Nasir felt the need to go for the big hit and perished in the cause.
Yeah, it's a risky format, risky session. But a well-judged catch from Zia Shahzad. Take a look at that, coming down the track, looking for big runs again, looking for the big shot, trying to go over the offside. Too high, and in the end, easy catch from Zia Shahzad. So 33 for 1.
Yeah, I think they should be aiming for around 60 in the power play. Monak Patel, the new man in. Classical right-hander. He's got quality, there's no doubt about it. This T20 format does require, though, to just bat in the top gear from start to finish.
So we've seen a good strike here from Riot Emirates. He's picked up one, replacing Aponso, who went for 14 in his first. Monang Patel, the US captain.
Emrit is hitting the bat hard on that splice as well, getting plenty of pace and bounce. Good over from the experienced man. 4 done, 33 for 1. All these dots will hurt them. Corner dry. Formidable fast bowler from Atlanta Fire. Finally gets an over. Over number 5 of the innings. This is a trend that we see Atlanta Fire follow most often, where they rotate their bowlers inside their power play, not allowing the batters to line up one particular bowler.
Yeah, Shaw Faisal, and you're right on that. Andres House will be the big fish. If he gets going, it's going to be a big difference of what the Atlanta Fire can achieve and what Samp can really do. It's going to be such an impact on this game as Corner Dry starts to move in.
And with Corner Dry, a short pitch delivery is never too far away. And I think he will like the bounce on this pitch. He's tall, brought up in South Africa. He likes to hit the deck hard.
Yeah, he's really built in the line of a fast bowler. If you're probably looking for a perfect build of a fast bowler, at least the length the Corner Dry brings to the table, and he's running from far, almost at the 30-yard.
Good rhythmical run up. You can have a good view of that. That was the short pitch delivery that I was talking about.
So Monang Patel looking in the region of square leg, maybe wanting to ask the umpire, isn't that too high?
Yeah, Corner Dry though, if he's bowling short pitch deliveries, well, 1 for the over at, I guess, so it means he'll be pretty predictable with that. He's just got one fielder at deep square leg, that is Zia Shahzad. That's edgy. Will run away very quickly down in that area. Good ground coverage, and despite a fumble, no damage done.
Yeah, Monang will want to get back in the runs column. We saw this year in this year's minor league, Shaw Faisal represented the Stallions and had a horrid 2023 season. Hardly got runs in many games. So he'll be hoping that he can bounce back and really come up with some good scores in this year Atlanta Open.
Short arm jabs. Yeah, she's all scurrying around, saves the boundary. Excellent work there from the leg spinner. For a moment though, Monarch would have thought, because he didn't time it, it may carry to that fielder, but it was away from Zia Shahzad. Good heat from Corner Dry.
Yeah, Corner Dry is employing that short ball. And Shaw Faisal, you get the feeling that Corner Dry knows this player pretty well, and the mere fact he's bowling short balls, he knows that probably there's some bit of deficiency, especially to Monang Patel. And so that this man has been tested here by Corner Dry, who not only bangs the ball in short, he bowls it with some bit of pace.
Oh, that good bounce for Ricardo Powell, directed. Oh, he had a stump and a half to aim at. And as a result, he has conceded 4 overthrows, I think. But there was a chance, and he was well justified in taking the chance. Poor backing up, though. Fielder backing up at cover point really was slow to realize what was happening. It's skipper Aaron Jones. 4 extra runs against the name of Corner Dry.
Yeah, we've seen a very good over up until that point from Corner Dry. He's employed the short ball to great effect. Andres House comes in to strike. They would have crossed for one, and then of course it's 5 to Monang Patel. So here is corner drive, final ball.
Oh well, inside edge will run away. No chance for Zia Shahzad, who was too square for corner drive's pace. And Andres goes swinging hard, gets the reward, although it didn't go where he intended. But a good end to the over there. 9 coming off the last 2 deliveries.
Yeah, this one again, shortish ball from corner dry and not timed well. I thought Shaw he was aiming for more mid-wicket square leg. But in the end, very fast outfield here. And that's is going to be one of the challenge of fielding on these outfield. Once the ball gets into an open spaces, it's going to be a big race between ball and how fit you are.
That's where you got to get your angles spot on, because there's no second opportunity. Anything that goes in the gap goes for a boundary. This outfield has been cut short and it's lightning quick. That's what we want for T20 cricket, fast-paced cricket, and also the pitch. It's an absolute beauty.
You're right on that, Shaw Faisal. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what about the ground. It comes down to that 22 yards, how well it plays, how equal it applies to both spinners and paces, and allowing the batters to really play their shots. So far, we've seen an equal contest just by the pitch alone.
Yep, when you're talking about the pitch, turn to your left and see who's here. That's the man. Can have a look of him. Oh, Monang Patel, you little beauty. On the up. One bounce. That was a really sweet strike from Monang Patel.
So the 50 comes up in quick time. Still within the power play. Monang Patel. Yeah, off the front foot. Deliberately lifting that one over mid-off. And I made mention that he's short of runs. This Atlanta Open could be a different one here for Monang Patel. That's a good looking shot. Brings up the 50 here for Samp Army. They're 51 for 1.
When you say he was short of runs, we'll also have to mention that he was playing under some very, very tough conditions. And for such a classy player on pitches like those, he really struggled for timing and no rhythm to his batting at all. But this wicket will give him some confidence, an opportunity to bounce back from that disappointment. Staying back in the crease. Talking about the angles. Those sweepers have to be in exactly the spot on positions. Otherwise, boundaries will come thick and fast. And I think in this field and in this pitch, bowlers would have done well, or the team would have done well, who will concede fewer boundaries here. That means that they would be able to hold some sort of control.
Yeah, Shaw Faisal. And they're going at 9.4. We're still 3 balls into the power plays, so they've done well. Ask many T20 team what's your target in the power play, and they'll say 50.
Yeah, but in this field, I think I would have settled for 60 here as we watch another inside edge onto the pads. Gauss, who's been starved of strike lately, looks like he's lost that rhythm, because when he started he was looking $1 million. It can happen though, when you're starved of strike, you tend to lose that rhythm or that momentum.
So we've seen Riyad Emirates go for 6 in this over. We saw not too long ago a lovely drive on the up from Monang Patel. And so relative to that, Shaw Faisal, the former Trinidad and Tobago and CPL player, Riyad Emirates, has really held his own. Very experienced.
That will pierce the field, and don't bother chasing those. It's straight into the side screen. Another boundary to add to the total. Second of the over. Once again, not from the middle of the bat. But the result is pretty good.
Yeah, a couple of 4s in this over. This one straight down the ground. Might have taken the inner portion, but they found the gap between mid-on and mid-off, And the result is another boundary off the bat of Monang Patel. 57 for 1.
Just giving himself some room. Right Emirates looking to follow him. Concedes the wide. Every delivery, the bowler is running in with the threat of conceding 4 and 6.
Yeah, we've seen the first extra of the innings from Atlanta Fire, having won the toss, electing to bat, captained by Aaron Jones. And of course, Samp Army, captained by Andres House.
Sliced away straight to the fielder. Could easily have gone to a boundary if it was either side of that fielder, but a dot to finish off. Power play done and dusted. A decent enough start there from Samp Army. 58 for 1.
Reza comes into the attack. And things are on the way here. They're up to 59 for 1. Oh, struck and struck well. That's a lovely shot from Monang Patel. So he continues to bat well. And he picks up another boundary. Lovely shot again from Monang Patel. Takes the score up to 65 for 1. So over number 7 in progress. And look at that. All the ease in the world. Ball coming on nicely onto the bat. Now again, Monang goes into the hands of Cornet Dry. And Monang Patel innings comes to a close. He falls for 24. It's 65 for 2. 65 for 2. So Monang Patel looking to go more straighter. But in the end, he picks out Cornet Dry, who takes a very good running catch. And Monang Patel is gone. He's gone for 24. And the second wicket falls is 65 for 2. So Neil Narveka. Where? So ball played into the offside. New batter out in the middle, Neil Narveka. And Farhad Reza has picked up the wicket of Manang Patel. Samp takes on Atlanta Fire. Very important game for both teams. We've seen a very good over here from Reza. He's gone for 7, 1, 6, and then of course we saw the departure of Manang Patel. Ball driven into the offside, so that completes 7, and after 7 is 65 for 2. So Elias Sonny comes into the attack, starts well with a dot ball to Andre's house. And things are on the way here. Neil Narveka has just come to the middle. He's yet to get off the mark. We've seen a good knock so far from Andre's house. He's up on 26. A little bit of edged onto the pads, and House hands the strike over to Narveka. We've seen a couple of wickets fall. We've seen the departure of Nasser Ahmed for 14, Manang Patel for 24. So ball driven into the offside. Narveka gets off the mark. So things are on the way here. Atlanta Fire having won the toss, electing that they will bowl first. You look at the card, it's 67 for 2. Playing a miss. We've seen a very good over here from Elias Sonny. He's only conceded a couple of runs. He's really bowled well. So ball cut away into the offside. Again, this has been a really good over from Elias Sonny, quality leg spinner. So the 8th over comes to a close. Is 68 for the loss of 2. So very good bowling here from the Atlanta fireman Farhad Riza. Ball pulled into the onside. A bit of fumbling there from Ilyas Sunny. But no harm done. They only pick up one. And brings Andres House back onto strike. So we are on our way here. Second game on the pitch for today. And it pits the Samp Army, who's done well in this tournament over the years. Has been in the finals before. Takes on the Atlanta Fire. And so very good over comes to an end. In fact, one more ball remaining. So still a tidy one here from Farhad Riza. Only a couple of runs off this over. Oh, very good over from Farhad Riza. An over that only conceded 2, so 9 gone is 70 for 2. So Ilyas Sunny continues. 65 balls still to be bowled. They're batting a 71 for 1. Andres House on strike. The ball worked into the onside. They pick up another run. So we come down to over number 10, just about the halfway stage. So both teams with similar record. They've played 2, they've won 1 and lost 1. Oh, swept away. That's a lovely shot from Neil Narvekar. And that has gone away for 4. The switch hit comes out. He brings out the reverse sweep. And take a look at this one. From the left arm spinner. Yep, it comes out, gets it on the full. And that ball raced away for 4. That's a good looking shot. Into the onside, running for 2. They'll settle for 1. And this over's gone for 7 so far. So this is a matchup in the Group D. In the Group D group. Kingsmen, Samp Army, Atlanta Fire, Kings, 11 Atlanta. Those are the 4 teams in this group. Oh, straight back into the hands of Ilyas Sunny. And House has to go. 77 for 3. That's a very good catch off his own bowling, Ilyas Sunny. And the 3rd wicket goes down here for Samp Army. Cotton Bowl. And that's a very good catch from Ilyas Sunny. Struck powerfully. But the bowler held on. And another wicket goes down. Sunny again. And take a look at this one. This one struck firmly back to Ilyas Sunny. And look at that. He holds on. And so that's the end of Andres House. 77 for 3. wicket of the bowling of Elias Sunny. And brings Pinar to the middle. 61 balls still to be bowled. We're in the 10th over. And this ball here will be the halfway stage. Oh, straight into the hands, a short cover. And it looks like Aaron Jones has snapped up one. Elias Sunny with a double strike in this over. Pinar goes without scoring first ball. And the Atlanta Fire has struck twice in this over off the bowling of Elias Sunny. It's now 77 for 4. So Elias Sunny with a couple of wickets here. Obviously into the offside, a short cover. And Aaron Jones, the captain, holds on to a diving catch. And that's the end of Pinar, 77 for 4. So Cornea Dry comes back for his second spell and starts with a dot ball. Jonathan Fu has come to the middle. Must-win situation for these teams. We've seen in this group King's Men out on 4 points with a couple of wins. And then of course Samp Army is on 2, Atlanta Fire is on 2, Kings 11 Atlanta have lost both of their games. So this is a big matchup, the decider for the second place perhaps between Samp Army and Atlanta Fire. So the team that loses here could find themselves out of this tournament. So very important matchup here for Samp Army and Atlanta Fire. With the news, King's Men have won 2 games already. And so from the look of things, they will want to win this one to go up to 4 points and give them a chance to head off to the playoff. The team that lose here may not be enough with 2 points on the board only. And so this could be a deciding game to decide who will join the King's Men from this group. This group is called the Group of Death. And the reason it's like that is because they include the Atlanta Fire, King's Men, Kings 11 and also Samp Army. So Cornet Dry has been quality in this over so far. Jonathan Fu comes in to strike for the first time. And I get the feeling that King's men could really win all their 3 games in this group. And so they're still looking for that second team with who will go up to 4 points. We see King's men, they're playing Kings 11 Atlanta. Assuming that they'll get by Kings 11 Atlanta, they will go up to 6 points from 3 wins. And so these 2 teams, they're on 4 points. One will win, one will get 4 points. That could be the second team. So this is all to play for. And I get the feeling that the team that loses here will be out of the tournament. Defended into the onside, can't score. The 11th over comes to a close. It's 78 for 4. So Ilya Sunny will continue. And that has gone for a maximum. So good strike from Neil Narveka. Yeah, big stroke into the onside, and that has gone over the head of the fielder, and it's gone for 6. So Ilya Sunny will continue. Good comeback delivery from Ilya Sunny. Oh, pulled away, short ball, and hammered into the leg side, and that has gone away for another boundary. So couple of big boundaries here for Neil Narveka, a couple of 6s off him, and this one pulled into the onside. Lovely shot again from Neil Narveka. So he's not gonna stick around and allow those balls to go by. And that's a lovely shot. Takes the score up to 90 for 4. Ball worked into the onside. Ilya Sunny 2 for 23 so far. Picked up a couple of wickets in the last over. So they're going at 7.6 and over. Must win for both of these teams or either of these teams. We were talking about Kingsmen. They're doing well against Kings 11 Atlanta. The last time we looked over there, it was 6 wickets down. So, oh, taking on the pad, he's gone. So that's the end of Jonathan Fu. And Fu goes without troubling the score. He's gone without scoring. And so 12 overs gone. It's 91 for 5.
Atlanta Fire, star-studded Atlanta Fire, one of the favorites. Man, indeed, but that one is smack.
Oh, this one is lobbed into the onside. A slow, short ball. So Shadley Van Shawkwick comes to the middle. And he comes in here with 48 balls remaining. Narvik has batted well for 22 so far. Ryan Emmerich comes back for his second spell. 2 overs, no mid, 1 for 16. And so much to play for in this game. Here is Emmerich to Narvikar. And he gets a very good delivery. Has to take the bottom arm away. And they go through for 1. So that brings Shadley Van Shawkwick on to strike. So Emmerich will come into bowl to Shadley Van Shawkwick. Ball defended into the onside, can't score. So 46 balls still to be bowled. They're going at 7.4. Earlier on, we saw a good knock from Andres House for 30, Monang 24. Narvik has batted well for 23, but still 46 balls still to be bowled. They're batting at 92 for 5. Good take from a ball going down the leg side from, it appears to be Lendell Simmons is the wicketkeeper. Yep, Lendell Simmons. Ball going down the leg side, and as he took the ball, he looked in the direction of umpire Brian Keane, wondering if he would probably come up with a leg side signal, but Brian Keane ruled it was a fair delivery. seen a very good over here from Riyad Emirates. 4 balls into the over. He's only conceded 1. And so we come down to the remaining 44 balls. Shadley Van Shawquick yet to get off the mark. He's faced 3 balls. We've seen a good over so far from Riyad Emirates. He runs in from the northern end. Now ball tugged into the onside. He'll settle for 1. So this has been a good bowling performance so far from the Atlanta Fire. A win here by either teams will put them in 2nd position. We're seeing the Kingsmen continuing to do well. We saw in 2021 at the Atlanta Open, it was Lightning and the Samp who was in the final. Flicked away. That's a good looking shot from Narvekar. We'll only fetch him a single. And so the 13 gone. It's 94 for 5. So Ricardo Powell comes into the attack, the off spinner. A big swing and a miss here from Narveka. Doesn't go too well. Ricardo makes a good start. Dot ball. So into the offside, into the hands of Aaron Jones. And Narveka is gone. 94 for 6. Ricardo Powell comes up with a 2nd ball wicket. And Narveka falls for 24. So another wicket goes down. It's 94 for 6. So then Pete comes to the middle with Samp Army in trouble. They're only 94 on the board. They've lost 6. They're on 2 points along with the Atlanta Fire. Both are on 2 points. So the team that wins here will go to 4. And if Kingsmen in this group wins their next game that is playing right now, which they're in a good position there, Kingsmen will go up to 6, and they'll need a team with 4 points to be 2nd. And so we're waiting on the winner here. Atlanta Fire and Samp Army locked in a battle here. You can see 95 for 6 is is the score. Atlanta Fire having won the toss, electing they'll bowl first. Things have gone pretty well for them. And so now we come down to the last 39 balls. Dane Pete and Shadley Van Shockwick out in the middle. Ball defended into the offside. What an over we've seen here from Ricardo Powell. He's picked up the wicket of Neil Narvekar. He's really bowled tidy. Faster ball, can't score. And Van Shockwick is pretty defensive for the time being. Has been so tough on these batters. We've seen some very good bowling. Stroked into the onside. That will complete the 14th over. 14 gone. It's 97 for 6. So Farhad Riza will continue. And we'll come into bowl to Shadley Van Shockwick, 36 balls remaining. And they're going just about 7 runs and over, so we've seen a very good bowling performance here by Atlanta Fire. We made mention how very good this wicket is, and when you look at the card batting at 98 for 6, you probably want to say that the batting has really let them down. Not a big score you expect on these very true surface that you put up something in the vicinity of 150 and give your bowler a fair chance to defend that. We saw a couple of occasions in which Masters Cricket Club were able to pile on over 200 runs, 247 today and 253 on day one. Tidy stuff here from Farhad Riza. Dane Pete. He's 1 from 3 balls. Stroked into the offside. Good shot here from Dane Pete, looking for a couple of runs. They'll come back for 2. And so 2 runs to Dane Pete brings up the 100. The 100 comes up here for Samp Army. And he comes in the 15th over. Seeing a spell here from Farhad Riza. Picked up the wicket of Manang Patel. Here he is. Ball taken on the pad. And Farhad Riza continues to bowl well. He seems to be getting the ball to skid. Not a very tall man. And then when you look at his bowling action, he looks like he deliberately comes from a very low trajectory. Ball worked into the offside, so that will complete the 15th over. 15 gone. It's 101 for 6. So Justin Deal has been given the ball. 2 overs, no made, none for 14. Welcome into ball to Dane P. 30 balls remaining. They're going a 6.7. Ball turned away here by Dean Pete. Picks up a run. And so 29 balls remaining. Must win for one of these teams. It's going to be in some bit of trouble as with all the league games completed after this round. It will simply mean that they have run out of options in terms of getting a chance to advance by points. Justin Dill runs into ball to Shadley Van Shockwick. And ball cut away. A lovely shot off the bat of Shadley Van Shockwick. And that has gone quickly for 4. That's a lovely shot. Give him some bit of width from Justin Dill. And that's he carved this one pretty well as we welcome back Shaw Faisal into the box. And Shaw Faisal, you've made it into the box when one of the better shots we've seen.
Yeah, he played it late. Little bit of room on offer. Not a terribly bad delivery though. But the result was very good. Things have drastically changed since I was here last time around. A power play worth 58 runs and 1 wicket is changed to 106 for 6 in the meantime.
Yes, Shaw Faisal, and while you're away, let me bring you up to speed where we at. So this is a match in Group D. Kingsmen is playing their final game against Kings 11 Atlanta. The fact is, it looks like Kingsmen will win that game. So essentially, they'll win all their games. That will take them up to 6 points. These two teams are tied on 2. So the winner here will be that second team. So that's how important this game is. This is a decider.
It's a virtual knockout game. It's a pre-quarter final, round of 16 game. Anyone that loses will go home.
And from the look of things, we saw Samp Army having been sent in. 106 for 6 with 26 balls remaining, Shaw Faisal. How do you fancy the next 26 balls to go on pitches on this pitch that has no complaint at all? So easy for batting.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what went wrong because Andres Goss, who's looking $1 million, he couldn't convert a start. You could feel that he'd lost rhythm. As we watch a slow delivery, will it clear the ring? No, it won't. Finds Keenar Lewis at the edge of the 30-yard ring. Slow delivery. And once again, change of pace has done for Shadley Van Shockwick.
Yeah, when it goes into the region of Keenar Lewis, Shaw Faisal, and he opens those pair of hands. They're like a little basket.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, Lenny, here. And no trouble whatsoever. Probably one of the easier takes that he'll ever have. But that means that Samp Army slumps further and their woes continue. The spectacular collapse is still continuing. 106 for 7 now. 106 for 7, and me and Lenny in the power play. Lenny was happy with 50 runs, and I said 60 is just about par for this pitch. But since what has happened, I mean, Samp would have been very happy if they stayed at that 10 run and over mark for the remaining of that innings, but it didn't happen. The fall of wickets has been spectacular. 77 for 2 to 106 for 7. Was that 29 runs? Has seen them lose 5 wickets.
So Justin Dill to Sarnam Patel, who's come out a lovely square drive. Will only fetch him a single though. And so very important game here, Shah Faisal. The loser goes home.
Also important in a way for Atlanta Fire. Like we said, it's a very fast scoring ground. So Atlanta Fire, having done so well, we'll talk further about it when we come back. It's 107 for 7.
That's their loss.
Well, I was talking before the last over finished that it's good for Atlanta Fire that they've played here, this fast scoring field where most of the knockout games will be played. 2 quarterfinals, 2 semifinals and a final, and this experience would really help them in those games.
Glanced away. That's a lovely shot from Sarnam Patel. Little bit of a shorthand jab with a ball going down the leg side.
Yeah, wrong line there from Farhad Raza. Easy pickings there for Patel. Fine leg was up in the ring, and it's just a freebie down the leg side with no protection. Handy runs there for Samp.
So 23 balls remaining. Shah Faisal, let's say run a ball, that's what?
111.
We'll give them 134. How do you fancy Atlanta Fire on this track doing with that? Cheeky single! In the end, good running here from Sarnam Patel and Dane Pete.
Yeah, they still got some batting, and so often with this running between the wicket, when you see that the batters respond immediately and there is no hesitation, despite some good work, they made it comfortably. Look at Dan Pete from non-striker end. He called and ran immediately. The wicketkeeper fumbled the ball anyway, but I think Dan Pete was in there. Yeah, 137 I think is below par for Atlanta Fire, but with Dan Pete in the middle, they can still get up to a total.
So lofted into the onside, long time in the air, but falls in front of the man. Looks like, is that corner dry? He might be corner dry. No.
Corner dry is it at mid wicket.
Right at Emirates.
Now for the left-hander, it's deep cover. Yep, right Emirates at long off now.
So we've seen a very good bowling performance. We saw Ilyas Sunny 3 for 23. Trying to break free, only a single. We've seen a couple of shots from Sarnam Patel, Shah Faisal, and you get the impression he's very attacking. Don't know if it's because 20 balls remaining and he's trying to give a final push towards see how much they can pick up. 140 will still be something to bowl at. Single into the onside.
It's worth a try. Like you said, 140 on the board. It still runs on the board. I mean, I still think they will be light on that. But this is knockout game, so they can't die wondering. I mean, they have to take whatever chance they want to take, because it's now or never for them. I mean, it's boundaries are not difficult to find here if you get into a rhythm as a batter, like we saw Goss earlier on. With so many wickets down, like you could see from the approach of Dan Pete, at the back of their mind, they still would be thinking they can't afford to lose any more wickets. With 3 to go, 115 for 7. 3 to go.
So Ilyas Sunny will continue, Shaw Faisal, to pick out the bowlers so far. 3 for 23. And we come down to the last 3 overs. We've seen Dane Peet and Sarnam Patel. Not timed well. Gets a single and things are on the way here in the 18th over.
Yeah, Ilyas Sunny, like most Bangladeshi left-arm spinners, very, very canny and smart operator. No fancy mystery about him, but his variations with line and his trajectory and the ability to turn the ball.
Yeah, 3 big wickets for him. That of Andres House, Jonathan Fu and Pinar.
Oh, big names, big players for Samp Army.
So Shaw Faisal, while we've talked about the pitch, I've seen 1 or 2 kept a tad low. My question to you, has bowlers included in their arsenal to a ball that's skid and will not rise from time to time?
If you look at Ilyas Sunny, he's not very tall and he hasn't got a high arm action. So when you do slightly side arm and you don't present the seam with full rotation, you can have that natural variation of the pitch. And see that difference in trajectory as well. This one was quicker through the air, almost a Yorker length. So yeah, it can contribute if you have the skill. I mean, he has the natural advantage of not being so tall. And if you look at his action as well, slightly round armish. Again, that kept low. So it may be pitch and it may be by design. I'll give the credit to the bowler.
Yeah, he comes in with a very low trajectory, deliberately wants to keep it flat. He's not trying to buy a wicket, he's not trying, this is not a long version of the game. Cut away into the offside, that will complete the 18th over, Shaw Faisal. And after 18, it's 118 for 7. So Emirates comes back into the attack. 18 gone, struck well into the offside, and that has gone. I think it's gone upstairs, Shaw Faisal.
It has, and there was slight confusion between the two fielders. It's like I was saying, the angles that will work in Atlanta Fire's favor in the next round. Look at that long off and extra cover fielder, very close to each other. On that occasion, the slow delivery was a slight disadvantage because both fielders probably got in each other's way. Just enough bat on it to take it over the fence.
So a good start to the 19 from Dane Peet. Now they're looking for runs, they're playing for runs. We've got 10 balls remaining, it's 125. Can they get 25 in the next 10 balls?
Well, they would need to hit at least, well, I should say 2 sixes or 3 sixes. So 2 maximums probably in the remainder of the innings. So that will make it quite possible. Dane Peet is quite capable himself. Suriname has really, Dane Peet is quite capable. Couple of sixes in the remaining 10 deliveries can take him to up there.
So ball pulled into the onside from Sarnam Patel. We come down to 9 balls remaining, but essentially, Shaw Faisal, it's a score, it's a 126. You factor they'll probably get another 10 or 15 at least.
Yeah, and they'll get him to 140. That'll be some psychological boost. Although at the start of the innings, they would have aimed for a lot more. And if you had offered Atlanta Fire that they'll be chasing 140 in this knockout game, they would have chopped your hands off. in the air and gone. Once again, those bucket hands of Keenan Lewis with a big smile on his face. He's really enjoyed his work in the field, and that little hope of Samp getting up to a score has been dealt another dent here, because now they're 8 down.
Yeah, ball trying to get a move on here is Dane Pete. And it goes flying up to a short third position. Yes, Keenan Lewis is enjoying his catches. They've come to him with no problems, no complications, Shaw Faisal.
$126 for 8.
One hard.
So Ryan Emerson So Bhavin Patel, Shaw Faisal comes to the middle. And he gets off the mark with a single. 127 for 8.
Yeah, and the time is running out. You have to feel. And go back to the start of the innings, the way Justin Dill bowled. I mean, he started bowling slow deliveries in the first spell in the power play. Told me that he assessed the conditions really nicely. Oh, talk about that. That is out of the park. Absolutely nailed it. They need more of this.
Yeah, big strike here from Sarnam Patel. Saw him from ball 1. He looked quite threatening, always targeting the boundary. And look at this one. Good meat onto that one. And the rest is history. He's gone a long way. He's gone in the other field. And that's a big strike from Sarnam Patel. 133 for 8. So final over coming up. It looks like Justin Dill has been thrown the ball. 3 overs, no win, 1 for 20. Shaw Faisal picked up the wicket of Shadley Van Shawkwick. And he comes in here to bowl the final over. With Samp looking for that push. Maybe a 15-run over. You never know.
You never know, but Justin Dill was the man who set the tone. Just the 1 run in his first over. And he'll be looking to finish off things here. Starts off with a slow delivery. He wasn't really afraid to do that inside the power play. In fact, I remember his first over, he bowled a slow delivery. So this is the time now with 20th over. You expect these kind of deliveries, but he's got his variations sorted out. But I think more than that, I'll give him credit the way he assessed conditions in that first over, how to go about things here. Splendid work from the big man.
So he cleans up Bhavin Patel. And another wicket goes down, the 9th for Samp. 133 for 9.
That's a good reward for some excellent work from Justin Dill, keeping the ball straight in those final overs. And these lower order batters are finding it very hard. Patel was swinging, but he was swinging all in vain. No contact between the bat and the ball, and the furniture has been rearranged. Splendid work from Justin Dill, and Samp slumps further to 133 for 9.
So 4 balls remaining. We've seen a couple of wickets here from Justin Dill. And Shaw Faisal, when you look at T20 games, it has nothing to do with tailenders, because they're the ones who swings more and you never know they can hurt you. So The intensity has to be from ball 1 to ball number 120.
Agreed 100%, Lenny. Agreed.
So Manager Charia, the fast bowler, and will face up to fellow fast bowler Justin Dill. Every run will count into the offside.
Number 11, you don't expect much from him, but his real job will come when he gets the ball in hand.
And Shaw Faisal, I like Sarnam Patel. We've seen he can strike the ball, hitting with the wind. Going to be a very good proposition. In fact, hitting into the wind was never a problem with him. So he'll fancy his chance, but he's coming up against a very crafty and very smart and clever bowler in Justin Dill.
Got the edge over the head of that fielder at third. He was just flashing hard at it and got the edge, got the desired result. Although the bowler will feel hard done by, but runs, that goes in the book, that matters.
Yeah, that's a good slice. Those shots are the shots that favor the brave. How many times you see ball outside the off stump and batsman sometimes allows the ball to go through, or just with a very casual approach. You've got to go hard, and just in case it comes off the bat, it flies for 6. Sarnam Patel, good start. So when he has come into strike, he's up to 21 in just 9 balls, and he's given them a push.
He has, and that 140 that we were talking a while ago has been reached with some time to spare. Can he get them to 150? Sanam has really played well. You need to take strike of all the remaining deliveries if he can. Pushing hard. No chance for a second run. Should he have stayed home and waited and took himself the strike for the last delivery, but instead he got the number 11 back on.
So Manager Charia will face the final ball. I wouldn't have run. And so we'll wait and see. You never know. Manager Charia, if he can come up with a boundary here, he'll take it to 145, 146. Justin Dill can pick up one here. The innings will come to an end. Let's see. Justin Dill to Acharya.
Only as far as mid-off, though.
Ricardo Powell.
Yep. The big West Indian takes an easy catch. Atlanta Fire has caught well. Justin Dill finishes the innings off with his 3rd wicket and bowling out Samp for 141. You would question once again that Sanam Patel, did he need to take a single on that 5th delivery? But now it's all in the book. All out. 141 Samp, and they would have to defend it to stay in the tournament. Otherwise, they're going home. And if we look at the card, there's some promising starts there. Andre Host looked really well before he lost his wicket for 30. Monak Patel also scoring at the strike of 200. Couldn't continue after 24. But the big man over Spooner, that was a big wicket. And so was Jonathan Fu. They both got out without troubling the scorers. And that is where all the trouble started for Samparmi. And they couldn't recover from that till the end. Bowling was sensational. Justin Dill started and finished off the proceedings in style, 3 for 28. Ilyas Sunny in the middle bowled a superb spell and took out all the 3 big men in the batting order of Samparmi. He was the pick. 141 Samparmi made, and the target will be 142. Just the 2 extras as well. That was a very, very disciplined bowling and fielding performance from Atlanta Fire. Target for Atlanta Fire to progress from this group will be 142, and that will happen in the run chase that will begin shortly, and we'll be right back with that as soon as it starts. A very warm welcome back to the Paramveer Cricket Complex. We're in for a treat here. Some big names in action. Atlanta Open is third edition. 2023 Atlanta Open T20. And we're coming to you live. Well, 4 games being played simultaneously. And you can catch them all at the MLC YouTube channel. All games being live streamed with commentary.
So Salman Irshad given the ball, and straight away Kinar Lewis wants a single. And Shah Faisal 142 may not look a lot, but when you see Salman Irshad part of the bowling attack, we know he's a very quality bowler, bowled with some bit of pace. And because he comes from a little bit of side with that slinging action, those could be very potent.
Yeah, indeed. He's a very, very skillful customer. Bowls in 140. As he gets the leading edge from big Kinar Lewis. Is this a chance? Oh, it just falls agonizingly close to the fielder. And it came nowhere near from the middle of the bat, but it went a long way up and quite far.
Yeah, Kinar Lewis, he plays very attacking, Shah Faisal. And he's a type of player, he doesn't play by name. In fact, maybe if he does play by name, he wants to take you on. That's how brave he is. And he's picked up a couple of runs, ball hanging in the air for some time. But it's the kind of shots you'll probably get away in the first 36 ball of a T20 encounter. Here is Salman Irshad.
Quick one. Like we mentioned many times before, we positioned square of the wicket. So from here, we can see the pace, and we have a good idea of pace and bounce, and that was rapid. Like I was saying, he bowls in 140s. When he's in good rhythm, he can clock it up to 147, 148, which is seriously quick. But the contest is even when you see Kinar Lewis looking to take you on. Now he's at the non-striker end.
So Stephen Taylor.
Is he the impact sub? Because we didn't see him in the field. But Taylor is as good as any against pace. So this is some contest here. And looks very beautiful when he plays through that offside. Oh, not quite off the middle of the bat.
Yeah, and the irony is Stephen Taylor and Salman Irshad would have been part of the same CPL team. They represented the Jamaica Talawas just a couple of weeks ago, Shah Faisal.
Yeah, and although Stephen didn't get many opportunities, but Salman Irshad really starred for the Talawas. That's gone. There's a shot to catch it. Big opportunity there and taken. This is the big moment in the game. Big hitting Kinar Lewis. Skied one, and it's been held very, very nicely. And that run chase is off to a dramatic start. Lewis gone.
Yeah, we've seen second time in the over. Lewis skying a couple of balls. But keep your eyes on Pinar, who had a long time to really settle under this one. Take a look. In the air, long time at long off. And Pinar settled a long time. Look at that. Perfect in the end. And that's the end of the big Kinar Lewis. 4 for 1.
Roddy, show me that replay when we come back.
It looks like Aaron Jones, the captain, comes to the middle. Salman Irshad in the first.
Yeah, and Lenny, another chance to have a look at this. This is great camera work there. And also a great illustration of the good technique of Obus Pinar. Look how comfortably he's taken it. under grey skies, it's not easy. That white ball, it went miles in the air, but Pienaar judged it to perfection. This was splendid work and an early breakthrough that Samp needed.
So ball pushed into the onside. Off and running is Aaron Jones. So 2 gone is, in fact, 1 gone is 1 for 5. So welcome back, 5 for 1. They're chasing 137 more needed. Looks like Shadley Van Shawkwick has been given the ball, so he will bowl from the northern end of the ground. Saw an over from Salman Irshad that took out Kinar Lewis. And so this is a Group D matchup, the Group of Death. And the reason why it's a Group of Death, Atlanta Fire and Samp Army, these 2 teams are from here. And also the Big Kings men, who's played unbeaten in the series so far. They are up with their final game against the Kings 11 Atlanta. And Shaw Faisal, it looks like they could have a perfect record in their league stage.
Yeah, they'll be gunning for that 1 to 4 slot. I mean, they'll be in there, but with run rate, they can get up to that number 1 slot to set up a quarterfinal against number 8 ranked side that will be accumulated amongst the runner-up of the groups. So Kingsmen with 63 for 2 chasing 90, 63 for 2, that 2 inside 5 overs. It's really set themselves up to lead their group and also lead the run rates as well after this comprehensive thrashing of Kings 11 Atlanta. It's another very exciting game at Field 1 as we watch this one played out. Quite little start there for the Fire. The UMMC Knight Riders 107 for 9. Atlanta Lightning, they also have to win to qualify, are 29 for 2. That's the other minor league franchise from Atlanta, the Atlanta Lightning. So that's a crucial game happening there.
So back here is 5 for 1, Shadley Van Shawkwick. Oh, that's a lovely strike from Aaron Jones. Advancing down. Hammered it well in the middle of the screws. And that's gone.
Yeah, that's some welcome for Shadley Van Shawkwick to the bowling crease from skipper Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is a very, very elegant player. He's adding to his game this power. But still, despite bludgeoning that ball, he looked so elegant, so natural, advancing down the wicket. Beautiful rhythm and swing to that bat flow. Slightly the close of the face to hit it over long on. But that was some strike. Magnificent ball striking there from Aaron Jones. And they needed to break the shackles after that nervy first over from Salman Irshad. And you wonder, you question the approach of Kinar Lewis. Like you did mention, he loved to go toe-to-toe against the best of the opposition. But sometimes isn't good to take a back seat and wait for the not so good bowlers of the opposition, because then you can take the game away within blink of an eye. But that is now history for Kinar Lewis, and it's in the hands of Aaron Jones and Stephen Taylor, 2 formidable USA cricketers.
So better ball here from Shadley Van Shawkwick in terms of result, and Shaw Faisal. Let's close up here. So Group D, Group of Death, Atlanta Fire and Samp Army. We made mention because the way Kings men have done in this group, they have secured 1 spot. So the other spot has to go to another team. And the way it's looking is the Atlanta Fire and Samp Army in with a chance. The winner here will clinch that number 2 spot.
Yeah, and that's why a lot is riding on this game. And when Shawkwick, after getting hit for that 6, really taking a leaf out of the book of Justin Dale and immediately reverting to those cutters, slow deliveries, changes of paces. And going by this, I think at 141, the kind of approach that Samp is showing up until this point, they will really give it their best shot, which means that we're in for a treat.
So ball stroked with the full face of the bat, so that will complete the second over. 2 gone. It's 11 for 1. So this is the So 131 need from 108 balls. Salman Irshad will continue. Picked up the wicket in the previous over of Kenar Lewis. And we'll come into bowl to Stephen Taylor, 2 US internationals out in the middle. So much to play for. Still asking 7.2. Here is Salman Irshad.
Taylor is good against pace. It won't bother him. But the key question here will be for the skipper of Samp. We know they need wicket up front as well. And then Salman Irshad is lethal at the back end of the innings. But with this modest total, it's a very difficult balancing act for the skipper to see where he wants Salman Irshad to bowl his overs. Now into his second over, so probably that choice wasn't even given to the Samp skipper. Not very comfortable, Aaron Jones, but he got it away. He seemed late on that quick delivery. A bumper there from Salman Irshad. And it went over the head of that fielder at 45.
Yeah, good shot from Aaron Jones. He's not the tallest of men, but look at that. He got under the ball, timed it well, and into the stands, into the tent it goes. And that's a lovely shot from Aaron Jones. So they need 126 from the next remaining 106 balls, Shah Faisal.
Yeah, it's closer than what we thought initially. After seeing Salman Irshad, the way he's bowled, and an early wicket, the big hitting Kenar Lewis, we all know that how quickly he can take the game away from you. But it's a closer contest. Such is the fascination of these leagues. If a couple really big players, and if you take them out, the game becomes even. Slow delivery, change of pace from Salman. Read well by Aaron Jones.
So year number 3, this is the 3rd annual Atlanta Open. Shah Faisal, we saw in 2021, the Atlanta Lightning, they won against Samp in the final, and then we saw in 2022 it was the Lightning again winning against Stallions X. In fact, Stallions X, won against Lightning. So the Lightning have made the last 2 finals. Oh, that's a lovely drive. It doesn't get better than that. Would have looked even more beautiful, Shah Faisal, had he run away for 4, but good feeling here from Pinar.
Yeah, Pinar covered the ground quite nicely. Probably didn't come off the middle of the bat. This is what extra pace does to you, though. It hurries you slightly, and that plays with your timing. Pace on offer is a good thing if it's wayward, but Salman has been pretty accurate. We haven't seen searing Yorkers just yet. We've seen Taylor get out on those Yorkers before, but Salman hasn't tried one yet. That was a quick delivery. Stephen Taylor, who's very good against pace, was clearly rushed, and in the end had to duck under it. Fascination and beauty of a genuine fast bowler.
Yeah, this is quality stuff from Salman Irshad. Yeah.
Taylor would really feel that he's in the mix of the battle here, as Irshad once again running in. This one's hit by Taylor. This is what you expect from him. Didn't carry to the fielder.
So 3 gone. It's 19 for 1. 123 needed.
Be very important for Samp Army and the backup bowlers to back up this good start from Irshad and to some extent Shadley went shot quick.
So Manoj Acharya,
very good bowler again.
He's been given the ball. We saw one over from Shadley Van Shawkwick that went for 6. And nothing could be wrong with 6, but as Shah Faisal, you would have mentioned, the insistence in T20 cricket is always to mix up your bowler, add that bit of mystery. Don't allow the bat to settle on one bowler, no matter how good you are.
Yeah, and talking about how good, Manoj Acharya is also a very, very handy customer. So this bowling lineup is pretty decent from Samp Army. I'll talk about that. Stephen Taylor, you little beauty. That was in his arc and out of the park.
Yeah, big strike from Stephen Taylor. He goes all the way from one field to the next. And for all our viewers, those fields are not necessarily close by. Take a look at this one, hammered with full flow of the bat. He stays for the pose and the follow through. Probably gives the ball a couple more yards. Shah Faisal, lovely swing of the bat. And 6 for Stephen Taylor.
That was incredible. That balance was so beautiful. Smashes it again. That really came off the middle of the bat. Really made a sweet sound. And Manoj Acharya is under fire from Stephen Taylor. It's 10 of 2.
Yeah, a couple of balls into the over. And Stephen Taylor has done them all. Look at this one pull through the onside with some bit of authority. And what was a pleasant Thursday evening for those spectators, Shah Faisal, has become a threatening one because of Stephen Taylor.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that ball when Taylor hits them. That's the hospitality tent for Atlanta Fire. So in a way they'll be happy. As Taylor goes once again, big booming drive, but that was too wide. Signaled as such by umpire Brian. Manoj Acharya looking to hide the ball outside the off stump from Taylor. Who looks in threatening mood, Lenny.
So Brian Kane, the man who comes out of New York.
And I have to mention, he's the first US-born international umpire. Not international. Oh, Taylor. He is on fire. This was a classical left-hander square drive. Just a little bit of width on offer. And he laid into it with supreme elegance.
Shah Faisal, I've seen 40 overs on my first game today. And I've seen another 20, so that's 60 overs. And here we are in the 4th over, so that's 64th over. This is the best shot I've seen all day in 64 overs of cricket today at this field. Lovely shot. Lovely flow from Stephen Taylor. 15 of this over so far.
Now smart enough to just take the single. He's having a feel of it. We've seen Taylor over the years, and when he's in this kind of mood, you're not in for a good day if you're a bowler.
Yeah, Stephen Taylor looks so fluent. All the shots are so pleasing on the eyes. And in doing so, he's really given Atlanta Fire off to a quick start. They're up to 35 for 1. They've lost Kinar Lewis, but 2 of their more experienced batters out in the middle, the captain Aaron Jones and Stephen Taylor.
Jones will do well to just accompany Taylor and not starve him of strike. I mean, just one delivery left in this over. The damage has been done for this over by Taylor. all by himself. Little bit of let up of pressure there from Acharya after the first 3 overs. Quickly realizing lack of pace is a better idea. Acharya, good finish to the over with 2 dots against Jones. 35 for 1.
So the off spinner Dane Pete has been given the ball. Shah Faisal and spin for the first time. We've seen Salman, we've seen Shadley, we've seen Manoj Acharya, and now the off spinner Dane Pete.
Yeah, because left-handed Taylor is on strike, and although it's power play, the skipper has taken a chance, trying to see if they can take Taylor out. Taylor immediately goes for the big one. It's one of those days where Taylor don't want to have a look in. He just wants to go for his shots. You want to lead? You can lead. I'm just confused. Who's leading? That low bounce that we'd seen off the bowling of spinners in the first innings. Dane Pete is again not very tall. Taylor's gone, going for that sweep. Did he get bowled round his legs? The furniture has been disturbed and the big hitting Taylor is gone. He was looking in supreme touch. But Dane Pete has made an immediate impact and Samp Army needed that badly.
So Dane Pete off his third delivery. Will take a look at that. Might have been around his legs. Yeah, spun back, strikes the leg stump with a ball going down the leg side. And Stephen Taylor might have gotten across to the off spinner. And in the end, ball runs through a little bit straight. So Taylor is gone. It's 35 for 2.
Atlanta Fire mess up 140. I'm telling you. With more than 100 to go. Yeah. Landell Simmons is in the middle because of this. Look how far across Taylor got, exposing his leg stump. I don't think it turned a great deal. He just missed a straight delivery. But I was mentioning to Lenny off air, I've seen Atlanta Fire over the years in so many games. 140 is their bogey score. For some reason, they just make it difficult for themselves.
So Landell Simmons, the West Indian international, comes out. He picks up a couple of runs. And he's up and running. So 37 for 2.
And I just fail to understand why is that when I say they make hard work of a total in and around 140. That Taylor's wicket came completely against the run of play. And if you feel like one of these big men, if they lose one more wicket, surely will be panic in the Fire dugout because remember it's a knockout game. Evidence of help for spinners there. That ball really reared up from a length. Quizzical look from Landell Simmons. But that will end over number 5, 37 for 2.
So Shadley Van Shaw Faisal gets another spell, and he comes in here. Oh, that's a lofted, deliberate shot over the offside, and that has gone for a maximum.
It's not a big boundary in that direction, so you don't really have to bludgeon it. It's just timed so sweetly by Aaron Jones. And he wasn't looking to hit the ball hard. You can see just pure timing. Just a punch. And it carried all the way.
And he raises the back foot just to add styles to that. But in the end, you still get 6. Lovely shot. Oh, Paul, throw the onside. A more commanding shot. And that has gone for another 4.
Pace on from Shadley Van Shockwick. But plenty more pace off the bat of Aaron Jones. That was really bludgeoned. A cracking pull shot, and it went way in front of square. Jones had plenty of time to pick up the length and then pick up his spot. And he's absolutely smashed it. That was a cracking stroke.
So we've seen a couple of big shots from Jones. They go up to 47 for 2. They need 95 from 88. Must-win game for any of these teams. The Kingsmen have occupied the number 1 spot. That's 1 slot gone. And these 2 teams are playing for that 1 spot. This is the final round of league games. Tomorrow will start the knockout stage. So both teams, whether Atlanta Fire or Samp Army, will have to get this one right. So far, we've seen an excellent knock from Aaron Jones. He's up to 22 from just 15 balls. And we've seen a 6 and a 4 in this over. Here is Shadley. A ball defended by Aaron Jones. He's a quality player, very sound defense. And his technique is what earns him runs, Shaw Faisal.
And you cannot go wrong if you have good technique, like Aaron Jones in any format. We talk of players with correct technique, and they're not renowned for their power game. Still ruling the roost in T20 formats. Talk of Babar Azam, talk of Muhammad Rizwan, Ken Williamson.
So gone, caught behind. So going for 1 too many in this over. And Shadley Van Shockwick has taken out Aaron Jones for 22. It's 47 for 3.
And loss of wicket. That will keep Samp Army interested. A real good bouncer there from Shadley Van Shockwick. The effort ball really climbed on Aaron Jones, took the edge, and was taken behind the stumps. Look at that delivery, climbing on Jones, got the edge, nicely taken behind the stumps, and that's the wicket Samp Army needed. They're taking wickets at regular intervals to keep this game wide open, and game is well and truly on here at the Paramveer Cricket Complex. 47 for 3 Atlanta Fire. Lightning is winning over there. They will qualify. I'm done.
So Sonny comes to the middle. They still need 95 from 86 balls. Shadley Van Shockwick has picked up the big wicket of Aaron Jones. Regulation catch for Monang Patel, top quality keeper. And Sonny joins Simmons with 95 to win from 86 balls. Still asking 6.6, and they're going at 8.2. And Shadley Van Shockwick has made a very good strike. He's bowling at 1 for 16. Sonny gets off the mark and hands the strike over to the big hit in Lendell Simmons.
Well, they've got a big batting lineup. Atlanta Fire. Waiting in the wings is Ricardo Powell and then Zia Shehzad. Very capable. Cornet Dry can bat.
Yeah, we saw in the previous game Cornet Dry batted at number 1. Came out to give them quick runs, and while that might not have happened, he still stuck around for several overs. Playing a miss here from Simmons. That will complete the 6th over, and after 6, It's 48 for 3. So 6 overs gone, 48 for 3, 94 to win from 84. Dane Pete will continue. First over went excellent. Shaw Faisal, 2 runs. He picked up 1.
Yeah, and we were talking in the previous over about the batting lineup of Atlanta Fire. They got big batting lineup. But, like I said, if they keep losing wickets, Samp will continue to hope. A partnership can really kill this context, and this is what Atlanta Fire needs now.
Yeah, you look at the dismissal of Taylor and Jones and Shaw Faisal. You probably want to say carelessness on both of those wickets,
Especially when both of them looked so good.
So Sonny is taking on the pad. We'll wait and see. Signal from umpire Saravana Kumar. No signal comes, so a bit of edge onto the pad. And so 49 for 3. They're approaching a half century. They need 93 to win this one, and a chance to advance to the knockout stage, which begins tomorrow. And Lendl Simmons comes back into strike.
Running hard, these two. No, just content with the single.
So we've seen some excellent cricket on this ground. And Shaw Faisal have been on this pitch for today. I saw 247 posted. I saw some fluent shots. I really praise to the curator Samuel Plummer for allowing the opportunity for, first of all, cricket to come back to the Atlanta area. And then secondly, for providing us with opportunities to see some very good batting display because of the 22 yards in front of us.
And this year, the feature of Atlanta Open is that we're playing on natural turf. Previously, we were playing on artificial pitches down at the Atlanta Cricket Field.
So ball cut away. That's a good looking shot from Ilyas Sunny. And he picks up a much needed boundary here for the Atlanta Fire. It brings up the 50. In fact, it's 54 on the board. And that's a good strike from Ilyas Sunny.
With on offer and a quicker delivery as well. He just threw the bat at it, got the edge, but they won't care. That boundary is not very big over there, and the pace of Dan Pete was enough. And in the meantime, Ilyas Sunny has hit one straight back to Dan Pete. The wickets continue to fall for Fire. Another soft dismissal. Ilyas Sunny is distraught, and he should be, because that was against the run of play and a very, very tame end to his innings.
So another wicket falls here for the Atlanta Fire. Every time they seem on the mission for a rebuild, Shaw Faisal, wicket comes up. This time Ilyas Sunny goes off the bowling of Dane Pete. And Pete is bowling at 2 for 8 so far.
If you look at it, look at how soft and how tame this dismissal was.
So 54 for 4. A bit of concern here for the Atlanta Fire. Still 88 to go. And Ricardo Powell walks to the middle. And Shaw Faisal, you're from this area. You've seen so much of Ricardo Powell. When is he gonna stop being the savior of many of these cricket teams at this age of his career?
Well, Atlanta Fire will hope that he continues to be the savior, because I've seen him rescue Atlanta Fire and many other teams that he's played for in those leagues. This is a tailor-made situation for him, and if there were any nerves in Atlanta Fire dugout, they would have eased when they've seen Ricardo Powell walking to the middle. That means this is a very, very critical phase of this game. And if Samp can knock out Ricardo Powell, it will really knock the wind out of the sails of Atlanta Fire. So this moment, you don't want to miss it. If you're watching this game, this is the phase of cricket where you should not be taking your eyes off action.
So Pinar comes into the attack. The left arm spinner, 54 for 4. They still need 88. And Simmons looking for a big one. It's not there. Good start from Pinar.
Yes, Simmons hasn't looked his usual self in this innings so far. He hasn't really timed the ball. There's no rhythm to his innings just yet.
Couple of good balls here from Pinar. And Shah Faisal, 88 to win from 76, almost a run a ball. How complicated is that?
Well, it's not complicated in terms of the run rate.
Simmons cracked this one into the offside. Fielder does well. Saved the boundary. Good looking shot from Simmons. He picks up 2. And it's 86 to win.
Yeah, this is the key partnership. Two players who've represented West Indies at the highest level. Pinar is appealing, but appealing for what? Because the wicketkeeper has dropped the ball. Did it shave the pad on its way, and he was appealing for leg before. Pinar is a very, very handy customer. And with wicket helping as it is to the spinners, this is key phase of this battle.
Oh, big shot from Lendl Simmons. And that's what he has been known for at the international level. And he brings one out, and that's gone for a 6.
Well, when he bats like this, things look so simple. Just a big stride, an uncomplicated swing of the bat, and that ball sailed over. Pinar immediately quicker, shorter, and that extra bounce with his height. Simmons lucky he didn't get a touch.
So the 8th over comes to a close. It's 62 for 4. They need 80 to win. $62 for 4 off 8.
She's working with them full time.
So after 8 overs, it's 62 for 4. Ricardo Powell will face his first ball. We've seen a couple of good shots from Lendl Simmons. Dane Peters picked up 2. He's bowling a 2 for 8. Ricardo Powell gets off the mark and brings the hard-hitting Lendl Simmons. This is going to be a good contest. Couple of players in the past who has played at the international level. Dane Pete for South Africa. Simmons for the West Indies.
Dane Pete has bowled well in this spell. He's brought his team back in the game with those 2 big wickets. You need to continue to do that.
Yeah, you're right on that. We saw him taking out Stephen Taylor with a ball that Stephen Taylor may have positioned himself wrong line, exposing the leg stump. And then, of course, we saw Ilyas Sunny, a bit of a leading edge. And so Ricardo Powell once again called upon to really bring some respectability to this batting order, still needing 78 runs, Shah Faisal.
And the finger has been raised, the nod of the head, and then the finger goes up. Big wicket in the context of the game. You talk about the savior. Ricardo Powell has been taken out. And look at the jubilation and the excitement amongst Samp because they knew it was the key moment and the key player in this run chase. Powell walks back.
So another wicket goes down. They're batting a 64 for 5. Powell gone. And so they're still short. They still are short by 78 for the time being. Let's take a look at this wicket from Dane Pete. Yeah, that one looks very plumb from here. And so another one for Dane Pete. He's bowling a 3 for 10, Shaw Faisal. Very impressive stuff from him as Farhad Riza walks to the middle.
Well, if you look at the required run rate, it's not much, but the wickets have tumbled. No partnerships. That means that Samp would feel they're just a couple of wickets away. And with the likes of Salman Irshad, who's known to clean up the tail, a wicket here could really see Atlanta Fire struggling here. And you'd have to question that approach, because the fall of wickets, they were 47 for 2 and now 64 for 5. 3 wickets have fallen inside 3 overs. And that has really pegged them back.
So the off spinner has picked up 3 for 10. Riza comes to the middle. And he's off driving straight away. Picks up 1. And brings that equation down to 77 to win from 67 balls. A reminder, the team that wins this match in with a chance stays alive in the tournament. And the loser will probably have to say goodbye to Atlanta in 2023. 9 gone is 65 for 5. So 65 for 5. Lendl Simmons on 12. Farhad Riza is on 1. And Manoj Acharya has been given another ball. And so they need 77 from 66 balls. And we come down to 77 to win this game from 66 balls, asking 7 runs and over. The ball eased into the offside. Easy single here for Riza. And that equation now comes down to 76 to win from 65 balls. We saw Samp in one of the years, would have been 2021, got into the final of the first Atlanta Open. They lost to Lightning on that occasion. Lightning was captained by Ricardo Powell. We've seen a couple of good balls in this over from Manoj Acharya. He's bowled 2 balls. He's only conceded 1. Still needs 76 to win this game. The team that wins this game will fancy their chance to be the second place team in this group. This is Group D, the group that is known as the Group of Death. It includes Atlanta Fire, Samp Army, of course, the 2 teams playing out in the middle, and also Kingsmen, who has played perfectly well. Their results have all come in pretty much. And they're on course to win all their 3 games in this group so far. So they have had an outstanding 2023 Atlanta Open. And this has been a very good over here from Manoj Acharya. So 4 balls into the over. He's only conceded 1 run. And he's bowled a quality over so far to Lendl Simmons. Here he is, final ball coming up. In fact, 2 balls remaining. And Simmons get a ball that takes him on the finger. And it's always a little painful blow. So Lendl Simmons battling here for the Atlanta Fire. Struck on the finger, ball rearing from a very short length. Yeah, very painful. And this over's gone pretty well here for manager Acharya. He's only conceded 1 in 5 balls. They still need 76 to win from 61 balls. And ball eased into the onside, looking for runs. They'll settle for 1, so 10 gone. It's 67 for 5. They need 75 to win from 60 balls. 67 for 5. So 10 overs gone, 67 for 5. They need 75 from the next 60 balls. Pinar will continue. He's bowled 1 over so far. That went for 8. Will come into ball to Lendl Simmons. And so they require 7.5 runs and over. They're going at 6.7. And the left arm spinner giving the ball from the southern end. Here he is to Lendl Simmons. 67 on the board. A bit of an edge. Man at short, fine leg. And there is no run. So the equation comes down to 75 to win from 59 balls. We saw an excellent knock from Aaron Jones and also Stephen Taylor when they were out in the middle, but we have seen some good comeback. We saw Dane Pete picking up 3 for 11. Salman Irshad with 1. We saw Shadley Van Shawquick picking up 1. Oh, quality bowling here from Pinar. He's bowled 3 balls, 3 dot balls. He's been spot on, not allowing the batters a chance to really go straight down the ground. We know Simmons, he loves long off, long on. So that's 4 dot ball in this over so far. Very good spell. And very good over from Pinar. Very tall man. Slow left arm orthodox. And Simmons off the back foot. Will get a single finally in this over. And hands the strike over to Farhad Riza. So Zia Shazad is the man. And we've seen a very good over here from Pinar. He's only conceded 1, and here he is. To Shazad into the offside. Well stopped there from Andreas House. So that will complete the 11th over. 11 gone is 68 for 5. So we welcome you back to third day of competition at the Atlanta Open. Manujacharya continues, and they need 74 to win this one. 53 balls at their disposal. 2 batters out in the middle. Lendl Simmons on 14. Zia Shazad is on 2. Asking 8.3 for the time being. Lendl Simmons latches on to this one. And it's gone all the way to long on. And it's gone over the ropes by some yards. And that has gone for another maximum. So a lovely shot again from Lendl Simmons. Picked it up well from Manoj Acharya. And Acharya has been quite expensive today. So far 2.2, none for 24. And will come in again to bowl to Lendl Simmons. They need 68. Ball cut into the offside. Can't score. And so they need 68 from 51 balls. Must win for both of these teams. The loser here will find that their campaign for this year, 2023 Atlanta Open, comes to an end. It's a very important one here. Oh, Lendl Simmons, top edged. It flies all the way to third. And that is gone for 4. So a couple of big strikes in this over from Lendl Simmons. This one not in control. But it doesn't matter how they come. And look at that. Swirling in the air. And that's gone a long way towards third, and that's 4 runs. So a couple of boundaries in this over. And that equation has come down to 64 to win from 50 balls. Manoj Acharya, 2.4, none for 28. He's been quite expensive today. The man who comes out of the Manhattan Yorkers, and before that, the New Jersey Stallions. And ball into the onside. Very smart play here from Lendl Simmons. He's up to 25. And brings Zia Shazad onto strike. They need 63 from 49. And it comes down to who will be the number 2 team in Group D. Will it be Samp Army, who is defending 63? Or will it be Atlanta Fire, who needs 63? Into the onside. This will complete the 12th over. And after 12, Atlanta Fire, they're batting at 80 for 5. So 12 gone, 80 for 5. They need 62 to win. So we come down to the last 62 runs, 48 balls or 5 wickets, whichever happens first. Pinar begins another over. We've seen a fine knock from Lendl Simmons. Can he bring them across the line? The winner here will advance. The loser will have to look back at their campaign this year and what went wrong. Seen a couple of good balls here from Pinar. He's really bowled well. 2.2, none for 9 so far. But they'll be looking for that big wicket of Lendl Simmons, who's been a problem for them. 25 so far. And it comes down to 62 to win this all-important deciding game of this round. Pick up a single. Out towards long on. Dane Pete is the fielder. We saw Dane Pete bowling excellent. And has picked up 3 for 10 so far. So 81 for 5. We come down to the last 61 runs to get from 45 balls. And Lendell Simmons, the man strike. Former West Indies player. Oh, that's a lovely shot from Lendell Simmons, but well blocked up by the fielder. And so this has been a very good over here from one to win from 43. Taking on the pad, he goes up towards the offside. And they scamper through for what could be a leg by from umpire Saravana Kumar. So the 13th over comes to a close. 60 to win. And it's 82 for 5. So Salman Irshad comes back into the bowling attack. 1 for 13. Picked up the wicket of Kenar Lewis. And will come into bowl to Lendell Simmons. This is going to be a good contest. 60 to win from 42 balls. And Irshad runs into bowl to Lendell Simmons. Simmons guides it away. That's a lovely shot. Running up towards the point boundary. And that has gone away for 4. Lovely shot from Lendell Simmons. Using the pace of the ball. And just guiding it to backward point. And Lendell has picked up another boundary. Look at that. All the ease in the world. And it's no wonder he's played at the international level. That's a lovely shot. Just guiding the pace of the ball. So 56 to win. And into the offside. He serves up the strike here for Zia Shazad. And this game comes down to 55 to win from 40 balls. We made the point that's must-win game for either of these teams. And the one that wins will occupy the second position to Kingsmen, who has had an outstanding series so far. And the loser here, well, might find themselves short by a couple of points with no more games to play. Oh, that's a lovely drive from Zia Shazad. Picks up one more. And brings the equation down to 54 to win from 39 balls. Still cricket left in this game. And the Atlanta Fire will be banking on Simmons to bat further along here. 54 to win from 39. Still not yet over. And they've lost 5 wickets. Here is Salman Irshad. That's a good delivery, but Simmons is equal to the task. Gets another run out towards long on. And brings that equation down to 53 to win from 38. 53 to win from 38. Shazad comes into strike, and Shazad has played a good hand. That partnership has gone up to 25, of course, dominated by Simmons. But the supporting role of Zia Shazad is to really knock the ball and allow Simmons to get to work. And so far that has worked pretty well. Yeah, the odd short ball always comes out from Salman Irshad. And he's gone for 7 in this over. We have seen Salman Irshad not too long ago representing the Jamaica Talawas at the CPL level. Was on the same team with Stephen Taylor. They're on the opposite ends today. And now we come down to this game needing 53 runs, the Atlanta Fire. And here is Salman Irshad, final ball. Oh, sliced away. And while again not in control from Zia Shazad, he wouldn't mind. And the Atlanta Fire wouldn't mind also. It's 4 runs, 93 for 5. Yeah, take a look at that. Off the outside edge. And it flies away towards third. 14 gone. It's 93 for 5. They need 49 to win. So we come down to we come down to 49 to win from 36 balls. Ryan Davis is in the box. Exciting time here. It could go either way, Ryan. Welcome back.
Yep, I'm slowly seeing Lendl Simmons build an innings. He was struggling in the first part of this innings, but starting to middle of the ball, and that's bad news when it comes to the fielding team.
So Dane Pete has bowled well, Ryan. But
Such a pro. You can't teach experience, Lenny. You know, all those years, all those times out in the field, in pressure situations, Dane Pete, just the perfect man for the job right now.
And he's bowled well, Ryan. He's picked up 3 for 12. Got wickets, got the wicket of Stephen Taylor, got Elias Sonny, and also got Ricardo Powell. We spoke about Ricardo Powell earlier on in one of our discussion. That's a good stop.
Yeah, I heard you try to compare Ricardo Powell to Ian Botham, Lenny. I remember that discussion very well.
So 48 to win from 34. Oh, swept away. Well, not a commanding shot, but every run will count here, Ryan. The mere presence of Simmons out in the middle is going to provide some anxious moment for this fielding team.
Yeah, bowlers try to be too exact, and when that happens, problems occur.
And we've seen Azia Shazad. He's played a good hand. That partnership is up to 32. And while he has only contributed 10, they're very important at this juncture of the game.
Absolutely. That kept low, Lenny.
Yeah, that's one of the things we have said on this pitch. While for most part it has played well, we've seen 1 or 2 kept low. But we've seen in the modern era of T20 cricket, bowlers come out with so much variety. Could be one of the varieties to get the one that stays low.
I wish I knew that. I wish I knew that delivery when I was playing. I would have gotten a lot more fifers than I did in the past. But yes, you're right. But this we talked about this incredible facility and the amount of cricket that's been played on each one of these grounds over the today's day number 3. So you can understand the wear and tear. You can easily forgive it.
And Ryan, I've been on only this one pitch, and I got to tell you, this wicket has really played very good. I love the bongs. Batsman who likes to play shots has been able to express themselves. Bowler who wants to hit the deck.
Yes.
I've seen some good response. The spinners who probably come with low trajectory has gotten the ball to skid.
Yeah, this pitch has provided just a little bit of everything, and cricketers, both batters and bowlers, can't ask for anything more. So to have this sort of platform to produce and to play on, it's exceptional for the cricketers.
Now you were on pitch number 4. How do you compare pitch 4 to this pitch?
They gave it some heavy rolling just before the game that I was on, so it responded well. Not many balls stayed low. But I tell you what, got a chance to see Kingsman up close and personal. Martin Guptill tweaked his hamstring. Just some news coming out for the Atlanta Open. But with a tweaked hamstring, hit 6 sixes and a 4 in his innings of 41, which means he ran 1 single. So he did the damage and went back in the pavilion, but that could be an issue for tomorrow.
Well, if he continues to hit sixes, nothing wrong with that. Flicked away from Simmons, running up towards the backward square boundary. Sarnam Patel does well to save the boundary. He saved a single, but every run saved will be better on.
Absolutely. A little extra frustration for the batters as well, not seeing that ball crossing the rope, taking a run away from them for their shot, for their incredible shot. And just means they think they have to be a little bit more perfect now to get a boundary when fielders continue to make that sort of performance.
Yes, Ryan, you're so right on that. So the 100 is on. Is in touching distance here. They're 99 for 5. Shazad on strike. Here is Shadley Van Shockwick. Oh, edges, passes the keeper, and that has gone away for 4. Brings up the 100. It's 103 for 5.
Well, it's the best shot in the book. As they say, it's better to be lucky than good. Great delivery by Shadley, and not much the batter can do with it. Thick outside edge. The corridor of uncertainty, Lenny, just short of a length. Batter got cramped and just past the right-hand glove of the keeper. So excellent bowling. Luck for the batsman.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of shots in the last couple of overs from Zia Shazad. And now he pulls into the onside protection there, but we have seen a couple of chancy shots that have gone for 4 from Zia Shazad. But Ryan, at the end of the day, it's 104 on the board and brings them 38 runs closer for a victory.
Correct. Every run counts, like you said, Lenny. So another fantastic contribution.
So Simmons comes back into strike. This over's gone pretty well for the Atlanta Fire. He's gone for 8.
All right, Lenny, just want to pick up a quick observation on Lendl Simmons. This is the second consecutive innings I've seen him bat in the last week or so, and he's not middling the ball at all. He looks like a player that's not practicing in between games. Looks like someone who's out in the middle playing the games, but looking a little bit like a player who's not doing the in-between work. So when he gets to the crease, he's picking up the ball a little later. He's not middling the ball. He has the ability, we all know. Let's see if he can get it right on the last moment.
So in the air, falls in no man's land. They pick up another run. That partnership has gone up to 42. It's 36 to win. And Ryan, one of the other things with Simmons, I've seen him here in the last couple of weeks. Saw him in Houston for the minor league playoff, and he's been batting at 4. He's typically an opener. He's played much of his international career batting 1, 2, 3. And he comes to these local franchise tournament, and he slots in at number 4. Into the offside. He's played a good hand here today.
Only thing I could think of why he wants to go to 4 is when they're outside the power play and the batting team still wants production with boundaries and 2s. I think Simmons can provide that with the spinners as well as the fielders being out on the boundary.
So Pinar will continue. He will finish up here. 3 overs, no min, none for 10. We come down to 35 to win from 24. We told you that the team that wins here in this game will stay alive in the tournament. The team that lose, well, they're going to find it very tough to even stay in contention. Here is Pinar. And Simul gets one down the leg side. That bit of appeal probably to distract the umpire that I bowled a wide.
Correct. It's the great hesitation. It works just about all the time. Umpires are human beings as well.
So we come down to 34 to win from 24 balls. Simmons has played a very good hand. And now a wide on the offside.
Tell you what, Lenny, pressure creates problems, and with Lendl Simmons and Zia staying out in the wicket, creating this partnership, now the bowlers think they have, like we mentioned before, they have to be too exact, and that's when you start making mistakes. That's 2 wides in a row. That's two free singles, and more pressure.
And this partnership from Lendl Simmons and Zia Shazad has been the highest so far, 45. So very important one. Oh, Shazad continues to bat even better every passing ball, Ryan Davis.
Starting to middle just like Lendl Simmons, and now that means that was a good delivery and he still picked it up and got a single. If there is a bad delivery, he will capitalize.
Oh, cuts, and that's 4 runs. The minute it left the bat from this fast outfield, it was 4 written all over it. Lovely shot from Simmons.
And it's so important to play through the bad part of your innings, because Simmons was cramped. He did not have much room to play this ball and still got the power to get the 4. Reason being, he's played himself, as we can see on this replay, he played himself into this position because he's seen enough deliveries. He picked it up early, even though he was cramped, and still got 4.
Top analysis there. 50-run partnership comes up. Here is Pinar. Simmons into the onside, running quickly. They could come back for 2. Oh, and now he pulls up. So not a good sign here for Lendl Simmons, and certainly the Atlanta Fire.
Well, this is the last thing you want to see as a cricketing spectator. Lendl Simmons doing the hard part of the innings and now starting to reap the benefits of staying in the wicket. And now he's pulled something, trying to gather a single. Nobody wants to see this.
Yeah, they're 27 away. Simmons has really batted well for 39. The partnership between the two has gone past 50. Is 51.
Question is, and just looking at the awkward position that Simmons is in right now, who can come in and continue that flow under pressure?
Well, we've got Farhad Riza, Cornet Dry, Rayad Emiraty can bat, Amilo Aponso, Justin Dill. So they've got batting to come. The question is,
Lenny, what do you look for? I think at this stage, though, there's still 3.3 overs left, 26 needed. Maybe somebody with a big wheelhouse, with a large arc, to come in and hit some 6s and some 4s if you do have to make a decision as a captain.
yeah, still 26 to win from 21. Still asking 7.7 and over. But what we have seen sometime, Ryan, sometimes when a batter is a bit immobile, it may spur him to really get going and hit 6s that we saw from Martin Guptill. Sometimes those injuries really work well for batsmen. Take a look at what has happened here.
Yeah.
Well, that was the 4.
Yep, that showed what sort of form Lendl Simmons is playing himself into right now. But like you mentioned, because they know they cannot use their feet, they get under the ball, use more of their hands, and sometimes it comes off, Lenny, and when it does, you get a lot of runs quickly.
Yeah, they'll have to decide if Simmons wants to go that route to stay and swing. He's been there for some time. He's well set, having made 39 with a big partnership of 51. And so
you can't substitute for that. Seeing the ball for such a long period of time, picking up the ball a lot earlier now.
Exactly. The new man that comes in, he will have to take a few balls to get himself in.
Correct.
So whether or not the gamble would be to allow Simmons to play, but it looks like he's going off. Well, we'll wait and see. He has taken off one pad. The physio is out on the field. And I guess like anything else, Ryan Davis is all on the advice. Well, the physio is running off.
Well, the person who you're going to trust the most in this situation is Lendl Simmons. He's the one who's going to say, I can go, I can't. Of course, the physio can advise, but at the end of the day, he's going to be the one feeling the pain and the discomfort and how far he can really go. So, and understanding that he is well set, so the captain would love for him to be out there, but if he can't even get into position, get in line with the ball to pick it up, that's a problem.
Yeah, I think they may allow him to bat. I see the physio has run off the field unless she's running for something else that to bring back.
I think it's something called a magic spray, Lenny. Hopefully they get that somewhere.
Yeah. And it's always, this is always a serious passage for all these cricketers. They've had so much cricket played in the American summer. We have just seen the conclusion of the minor league series that took 2 months away from everybody else, and Lendl Simmons was part of that campaign.
And the major league just before that.
And so these things are taking toll on the bodies of these players. Nobody is like a bionic.
Correct.
And so it's all physical. Simmons does a lot of running. And it all comes down to whether he can bat. Well, he's put on the helmet, so that's a good sign for the Atlanta Fire. And now, Ryan, you get the feeling we could see a different approach. It has to be a different approach if he can't run. Now, the question is, how does Zia Shazad, what's Zia Shazad approach now to a player who can run?
He's going to have to take the same sort of approach as Lendl Simmons. Going to have to go for boundaries. Lendl Simmons can't even make it down and back up the wickets. He's going to have to hit boundaries or dot balls. That's how important Lendl Simmons is to this innings at the moment.
So we're back with the cricket and Shazad on strike, a dot ball to resume things here. And we come down to 28 to win?
26 of 20.
A couple of good balls after the resumption, Ryan.
It's going to take something special for these batters to overcome what they have right now. Now it goes into the bowler's hands. Just keep things simple. Don't overthink it. Make the batters do something extraordinary to win this game. I think now, because of the injury, sadly, it's now gone back into the bowler's hands to complete.
So ball into the covers and they're going to limp through for one. So Ryan, that will complete that over. 17 gone, 117 on the board.
Well, it's important for Zia, I think, to maintain strike. It depends how bad Lendl Simmons' leg is. If he's wanting to get off strike, then he needs to come out of the wicket, because you rather have a runner to pick up singles and support Zia than someone just hobbling and can't even take strike.
And I'm wondering, and you might be too, why would you take a single here when the intention is to get Simmons on strike and allow him to do his thing?
Looks like that's, looking at their body language right now, he's reminding him to stay calm. We can only get the short single or a boundary.
So we come down to the last 25 runs to win. 18 balls remaining. The winner stays in. The loser, well, a chance for you to explore the beauty of Atlanta.
Yes.
Manoj Acharya into the deep. Fielder does well. Dane Pete saves a boundary. It's only one run, Ryan.
All that experience gathered up in one play, realizing he could not take the catch. What you do, get in the defensive posture, use your body, elongate your body to make sure the ball doesn't pass. And he did exactly that in one swift move.
Ryan, that's such a smart play. You've got to watch yourself when you're at the edge of the boundary. Manoj Acharya balled him. So Lendl Simmons, a bit of what has happened in the last 5 minutes or so has had an impact. He makes a big swing, realizing he can't run as much as he wants to, and he loses his wicket. He gone for 39, and the Atlanta Fire still in with 24 to win from 16 balls.
Never even got in line with the delivery. Just swung from the hips, as they say, and the rest was history. Excellent bowling, stump to stump bowling we call this, allow the batter to do something special. He tried to hit the top of off. Every bowling coach on the planet would love that delivery. And then Simmons, a heroic innings. So sad that he got injured. He really put the Atlanta Fire on his back for a considerable period of time. But too little too late so far. And let's see if Corney can come in and make a impression.
Yeah, Corney Dry has had a interesting week. Ryan Davis had to bat the Atlanta Fire from elimination in minor league just about Thursday, Friday. We saw him in one of these games, promoted to the top of the order, made 30 or 40, batted not as a role of a pinch hitter. He came out and had to save the side. So he comes in here with 24 to win from 16 balls. Into the onside. They're trusting Zia Shazad, and why not? He's been there for some time.
Not only that, though, I love what Corney Dry did. He came down the track to the bowler, kept his shape, and an excellent cricket shot to pick up one, which shows even if the bowlers do bowl a good delivery to him, he has the technique to handle it. And I think they're in good hands despite Simmons' outing.
They got to make a move. 23 from 15. Comes down the track into the onside. Settling for one. And it comes down to 22 to win from 14 balls, Ryan.
I think this is when, maybe for Zia, not so much Corney who just came in, start to experiment with the 360 scoring behind the wicket.
Yeah, we saw a fine knock from Simmons and Zia Shazad yielding 54. Oh, edged into the onside. Fielder does well. That's Sarnam Patel.
Despite there only being singles, Lenny, this adds up in the bowler's mind. Every time he bowls, the batter continues to score. And these are good deliveries. What happens when there's a bad one?
So 4 in this over. This has been a very good over here from Manoj Acharya. He has some cushion to play with. They require 9, and he's given you an over so far in 4. Oh, going down the leg side. Could be a wide. We'll wait and see. Couple of wides here. Brian Keane comes up with a leg by. So that's the end of the 18th over, Ryan. And it comes down to 20 to win in the last 2.
Well, it's time for something special, Lenny. The run of the mill picking up singles is not going to get you too far. Yes, it's productive in rotating the strike, but it's Zia time. Zia's going to have to get under a couple and try to lift them over the fence. A 6 or 2 will bring them right back in the game psychologically. And I think the guy who's been in the wicket for the long period of time, Zia, 20 off of 24, it's time for him to get under some and take a chance.
So 10 runs on over. Typically, Ryan Davis is pretty tough. Look who has been throwing the ball. Salman Irshad. He loves bowling in conditions like these. He bowls to the back end of the innings. Not to say that the batters out there are tail-enders, but he cleans up tails pretty well. And he comes in here. What for those swinging Yorkers?
Thanks for saying that. Conditions right now in Rydell, Georgia. Overcast, getting a little bit darker. Harder for the batters to pick up.
And he bowls with that slinging arm action. He bowls it with pace. And in addition to the Yorker, he surprises you with that occasional short ball. So here we go. 20 in 12. Irshad to Shazad. Shazad gets a good delivery. They go for 1. Corney Dry on strike.
All right, Corney Dry. We know he's a more powerful hitter than Zia, rather. I believe now, whether charging the bowler or getting that front foot down the track and take a chance over extra cover, that seems to be the way to go.
So it all comes down to 19 runs to win from 11 ball. This game has really seesawed to where it is. The winner here will become the second team in this group. It's called Group of Death. We've seen a clean domination from the Kingsmen, winning all their games, beating both of these teams out there. And it all comes down to who will finish second. This game will decide that. That's the ball. Flat. Corney does well to get a single. A single will not do.
Expertly bowled right into the V. Make the batters, like we keep talking about, Lenny, make them do something special. Keep the ball stump to stump.
And Salman Irshad, Ryan would have just returned from the CPL. played for the Jamaica Talawas. And he comes in here fresh off that boat. 18 to win from 10 balls. Here he is to Zia Shazad. Oh, into the region of Brian Keane.
Yep, Brian Keane, as agile as ever, so late in the day, has to be. Save those shins. Didn't expect a shorter delivery from Salmani, but he dropped one in just to change the length to the batter, have them second guess. But boy, do they need a boundary, a 4, a 6, whatever it takes at this point.
And the question is, Ryan Davis, how much do you leave for the last over? 17 now in 9. Oh, that's a full ball.
Well, they start to try to use the 360 part of the ground behind the keeper, behind square. So many runs can be scored back there, but it takes such impeccable timing to pull it off.
And you've got to be courageous to play a shot like that from a man bowling probably close to 80 miles an hour, you'd say. Ryan?
He looks pretty zippy from here, I tell you what, Lenny.
Shaw Faisal right next to me said more. Never gave me a number. He said more. Into the offside. These numbers, these singles will only help the fielding team, Ryan.
Brilliant stuff. Not straying away from the plan, keeping it in the V, stump to stump. Let the batter do something incredible, and so far they have not been able to conjure that up. Only bowling to his field, and the batters are going to have to clear the field in order to score runs.
There was a time in which Simmons and Zia Shazad, the man on strike, looked like they were going to get them across the line, but Atlanta Fire. But Samp Army is fighting back. They've been in the finals before in 2021. So they know what it is to be in the championship game of this tournament. And here they are. They're hunting for a chance to remain alive. No elevation. This has been a very good over from Salman Irshad.
If I was not commentating this match, I'll be giving him a round of applause. Brilliant stuff. The death over. He takes care of business, gets 5 off of 6 deliveries.
This has been a very good stuff, and they've entrusted him with that 19th over. And Ryan, as we have seen so many times, sometimes it's the 19th over that seals the game, not really the 20th over. It sets it up for the for the 20th over.
Well, the amount of pressure that's now mounted on the last 6 deliveries, Salmani is the one who mounted the pressure on their shoulders with such a tidy over, just 5 like we mentioned. So now the impossible task of 15 in these 6 deliveries means that the batters have to be
the South African here, Ryan. An easy task for him defending 15?
It's never easy, but he has to do exactly what Salmani did. Set your field, of course, and bowl in the V. Nothing short, everything pitched up, just short of a length rather, not half volleys, but bowl to just short of a length and have the batter try to clear that field.
So he's bowled 1 for 28 in 3 overs. If he sticks to his average, that what he's bowled here, he'll be 6 runs under. 15 needed in 6 balls.
So he has a long off, a very, very square long on, wide long on, we should say. Deep backward square, fine leg, deep cover.
So Samp Army and Atlanta Fire, they're locked in a battle here. Oh, it's in the air. Not timed well. And they get only 1.
Understanding what Zio is trying to do, just trying to lift the ball, try to get under it to clear the field. But sadly, Salmani, the over before, too good, too straight at this point.
So a bit of advantage here to Samp. They're defending 14 from 5 balls. Shadley Van Shawquick, he's a quality player. And will come into bowl to Cornell Dry. Can Cornell Dry find a couple of balls across or over the ropes?
I think Cornell Dry has to improvise here, understanding what the bowler is trying to do. I think Cornell Dry has to premeditate just somewhat to create something.
So here we go, Shadley defending 14, Cornell Dry on strike into the onside, and that's gone away for 4 in front of Pinar, and hope is alive here for the Atlanta Fire.
Second delivery in succession, dug in short. Zia before tried to lift it, he survived. This one dug in short again. So the objective is to have them score square of the wicket. Well, Cornell Dry, he obliges, gets over it, rolls the wrist. Picture perfect 4 runs.
So 10 and 4. This over's gone for 5, and like anything else, Ryan, the captain is having a discussion with Shadley. Just trying to make sure that the field and whatever that discussion is about, but nothing wrong with that field. It was just a really good shot from Cornell Dry.
Correct. Cornell Dry looking confident now, getting that first boundary under his belt. Now he wants more, Lenny.
Well, he has to get more. They need 10 from 4, or else Samp will win this game. Shadley Van Shawquick. Oh, inside edge, I think it is, but it doesn't matter, he's bowled. And so another wicket goes down. Cornell Dry is gone, 132 for 7.
Well, pressure, 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 and Shadley's the guy, stump to stump bowling. And this time it got the better of Cornell Dry, who tried to pull onto the onside yet again. Went back to the well, got an inside edge, hit the stumps, he departs. But you have to have and give credit to Salmani the over before to pile the pressure on the batters in this one, and then Shadley delivering. Nothing special on the stumps, inside edge, and the rest, as they say, is history. So Cornell Dry back in the dressing room. Now, do they have the quality coming out of the dressing room to provide 10 runs from 3?
Well, Justin Dill, I think it is, walking out. There's still Rayad Emirates, but right now with 3 balls remaining, how many batsmen can you think you can come? Well, Justin Dill has come, and so they need a couple of big strikes. They need a couple of balls to cross or go over the rope. And Samp Army, they need one more quality delivery, and they could seal the fate of Atlanta Fire. And earlier on, Ryan, when Shaw Faisal was on commentary, he made mention that 140, 150 has always been a bit of a problem for the Atlanta Fire on several occasions that he's been a part of, and that is coming to be so true again. Justin Dill has taken this one out of the playing area. Justin Dill has come up with a big 6.
Well, Shadley's plan at the beginning of the over was to drop it in short and have them score square of the wicket. What does he do? He pitches it into Justin Dill's wheelhouse. And Justin Dill, like a rat trap, does the rest. It comes down on the ball as quickly and powerful as you want. Whack! Clears the fence. And that's 6 to the good.
What drama, what suspense you're talking about. Justin Dill is here. Another strike and we're gone. So Justin Dill, 2 balls remaining, they need 4. Here is Shadley Van Shawquick, runs into bowl to Justin Dill, fellow South African.
I love stopping the run-up, going back. All the pressure is on the batter, understanding they still need 4.
So they need 4 and 2. Here is Shadley Van Shawquick, short, a dot ball, or will they run? Chance of a run out, Justin Dill is gone. And a dot ball, more importantly, wicket falls, dot ball, 1 ball to get 4 runs.
Absolutely horrible running. There's no chance. Zia is at fault here. He has no reason to go after it. Justin Dill just hit a towering 6. He has all of the momentum. He needs to keep strike. Why is Zia running down there to put the pressure on his shoulders while Justin Dill just delivered the ball before?
So we'll wait and see who will come out. There's the option of Rayad Emirates, Amila Aponso. And it looks like Aponso is coming out, so no Farhad Riza. And so it all comes down to Zia Shazad and Shadley Van Shawquick. One will be victim, one will be victor. Shadley Van Shawquick with 1 ball remaining. This one will have to go for a boundary. If it goes for 3, we're into super over. Or I don't know if super over.
I'm going to call my shot now. I think for Zia, I have to believe Shadley is going to dig one in short. Zia is going to have to come up with something special and score a square of the wicket. I don't think he's going to pitch it into his wheelhouse and have him drive.
And Ryan, I'm not too sure if Super Over will play in the league stage. I think they will share points if it comes down to a tie. So we'll wait and see. 4 remaining, so they'll have to get a boundary here.
4 to win, mind you.
4 to win. Zia Shazad on 29. He's played good hand. Amila Aponso at the other end, but he may not be required. Final ball coming up.
Well, this is what we live for, this delivery.
And so here we go, final ball. Oh my goodness! It's gone! Zia Shazad has seen the Atlanta Fire home and across the line. Final ball 6, Ryan.
Well, Shadley, he dared Zia Shazad and Zia answered the bell. He dug one in short and Zia rocked back on the back foot and sent it into the stands. Good short delivery, but an even better pull shot right off the middle of the bat. Leather on Willow, game over.
So a big win here for the Atlanta Fire. It took them all 20 overs to separate these two teams. In the end, a telling blow from Zia Shazad sees the Atlanta Fire across the line, alive in the tournament, into the playoff. Samp Army, hard luck, better luck next time. But it has been a wonderful game, and Zia Shazad has brought it home.
Well, the home team, Atlanta Fire, there's the scorecard. Lenny, you've been a part of this game. I'll give you the honors. Take it away.
Well, we saw a 42 from Lendl Simmons. But let's start with Zia Shazad. 30 not out, I think, player of the match. Stayed towards the end. They needed a big shot at the end. He brought it out. Lendl Simmons, 42. We saw Aaron Jones and Stephen Taylor at the top of the order. They got among the runs also. In the end, big shot from Zia Shazad, perhaps the telling blow of this game.
Well, the home team survives, and they're now into the business end of the this Atlanta Open 2023. And here's the Samp Army. Well, it was a great performance. 4 overs, 1 for 34 for Manoj Agraya. Dane Pete was fantastic. 4 overs, 3 for 13. He brought it right back into Samp Army's camp. But fantastic batting by Zia. Heroic batting by Dill, who hit the 6 just before that delivery to set up the opportunity to bring it home. Just an all-round performance. Lendl Simmons, he gritted, he battled. In the end, got injured and got out.
Yeah, so that's your match summary. Earlier on, Andres House got 30. We saw Monang Patel getting a 24. And they set 142 to win. But in the end, you saw it for yourself. Zia Shazad was brilliant today. And he brought the Atlanta Fire across the line. So from all of us here, I want to say a special good evening from the Atlanta area. On behalf of our director, Roddy Lalman, and all the production people involved, we want to wish you all the best. SC Tech and Productions, we want to tell you on behalf of all our production team, we want to say good evening, good night, wherever you are. And hope you'll join us tomorrow for more action at the Atlanta 2023 Atlanta Open continues tomorrow with a knockout stage, and I hope you'll join us tomorrow. On behalf of my good friend Ryan Davis, we're signing off, and I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, goodbye and good evening.